How was your pre and post game on Tuesday? How'd it go? We
You didn't watch? It was awesome. I nailed it. I pulled the Ricky Bobbio's hands in the camera.
Okay.
Right. So is that a thing now? Or you
listen? Just because you overslept, you're a grumpy bear today. Like,
not a
come on, let's
bear.
get that brain moving. Let's go.
Are you going to? Are you now part of the Sabres? Are you the Corey Sarich of Buffalo now? You drop in for broadcasts on occasion?
I was down there because my middle kid played a pregame game before the Sabres during the Christmas
and then
break.
Everybody just hung around for the Sabres game, right? That's how that last one worked.
Yeah.
And then, but when I was downstairs, the guy that runs the TV shit, he saw me and he's like, "Hey, why don't you come down and do the pregame one day? Because it's boring with Marty Baron and Duff. Sometimes they need to spice it up." So that's what I did.
Is that what it is?
That's what they said.
That's how this thing started.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you come by? Fucking guys I work with, they're boring and stuff. Come on in and yeah, sure. What the hell?
Okay.
You know what, Alex? I had a photo. I put it for in the Ask Rhett area. Why don't we throw it up now? We're talking about the Sabres.
Okay.
Are the crowds still coming? Because we talked about that big fat crowd that came after the snow games and they were postponed. Are you still jamming the old rink there in Buffalo?
Wow. It feels jammed for everyone from here because last year at this time they were getting about 2,000 people. Well, maybe that's 7,000, right? Like they're getting. I'll bet you they've doubled their crowds on average this year.
Like I think last year the Eichel game was a good crowd, and that might have been it for the whole year.
Yeah, there was a game versus Toronto last year, which
that's usually a tough ticket,
and it was 7,500 people at the rink.
Oh,
shameful!
5,000 Leaf fans,
shameful. But now they're
so 50, I mean, yeah, I was going to say everybody's talking about Tage Thompson. It's one of those. It's pretty rare. It's been a long time since you've had a Buffalo Sabre who's kind of getting league-wide notoriety. Now it's taken 31 goals and 57 points and that whole thing, but kind of under the radar is Rasmus Dahlin.
Under the rug?
Under the rug, yeah, right under the rug. 46 points in 38 games for the defenseman, and we wondered, is he, when's this guy going to come around? Is he going to come around? We talked to Rob Ray seemed like every year we'd ask him, what about Dahlin? I saw this one because I thought maybe you'd appreciate it. One, because you used to wear them. It's a photo of Dahlin in the throwback, whatever you want to call them.
What do we call those? The Buffaloes?
They're the black, silver, reds with the buffalo head in the front. Mm-hmm. He was asked about wearing the third jerseys. He says, quote, "We feel evil in the jerseys. I don't know what it is, but we love it."
Yes.
You love hearing that, don't you?
I like it. I think those jerseys are wicked. So, yeah. And
you think of Miro Satan, speaking of evil.
You do. You definitely do. Yeah. Who's the first? I was going to say, who's the first guy you think of? Satan's a good one.
Yeah. Especially with evil.
Hasek, I guess, right? You can't help but.
Yeah, mostly.
Briere played in those a long time, but Satan is really, that'd probably be the one.
Briere didn't. Briere was in the Slug.
The Slug, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the Buffalo Slug was no good. What about Tim Conley? There's another
Timmy Conley was there.
Sabre.
Yeah.
Remember, it's interesting how things go, right? Because they were wearing those things, and then they wanted to get back to the original colors, get back to the original blue, yellow, and white.
I like the old McGillney type color when you close your eyes.
Yeah.
Right?
So then they went to the Buffa Slug, as you call it, and they didn't like that. Then they wanted to just go back to the originals. I got to admit, I like the originals. I got no problem with it, and I never really cared for these. But now, as I look back on them,
you know what it is?
Not bad.
It's Blasty.
Is it?
It's a better logo, but it's a dark color scheme. It's black, and at the time it was okay. The team wasn't that good. Maybe there's better than Blasty.
Didn't they add the red embroidery around on the? Like,
this is a tweak. This is a reverse retro. It's not just like Blasty's been tweaked a bit too, right? I think that red stripe by the sleeve.
And for those of you listening,
the white on the shoulders look different.
Sorry for you just listening. That's too bad.
There's
you peoples that are just listenings. There is a picture on the screen for us. So, but the Sabres are good. You better look out.